into the danger zone, Dolly Durkin.
I feel like I can smell the scent of man right now.
Well, it's spicy and it's old, some might say, and how apropos, a literal model in Stephen Bradley.
A literal model.
For both Old Spice, most recently Death List Co., but he's much more than a pretty face.
I don't know.
We're about to find out. I'll tell you who isn't a pretty face, and that's this man. Last saw JT Thorne challenging for the vacant Pandemonium Pro Wrestling Championship in a match that was, of course, ultimately won by Amira. You gotta think, always in a bad mood. Even more so here tonight. Something to prove, a chip on the shoulder of Thorne after coming up short with so much on the line.
Nothing pretty about this.
Bad seed, the bastard son of the West Coast Pro Training Academy. At one point, their first official graduate sent to Corrigan Hall so early into his career, such a bright prospect. And in recent years, something is broke, something is snapped in the mind of JT Thorne. And interestingly enough, Dolly, if you've been paying attention to the social channels of Pandemonium Pro Wrestling, this originally scheduled to be a three-way dance, a triple threat with the biggest shark in the Pacific Ocean, Nick Zander. Unfortunately, because of travel delays, Nick Zander unable to be here tonight, and now a singles match between JT Thorne and dangerous Stephen Bradley.
A true letdown, but I'm interested to see what comes of this match without him.
How does the absence of Zander change the strategy for both Thorne and Bradley?
I mean, it gives them both less breathing time.
No time to recuperate on the outside, no time to get your bearings, but likewise, you have one less opponent to worry about.
Absolutely, and one less to potentially work with.
Boom, boom, firepower there from Stephen Bradley and JT Thorne, all aspects. Of course, also saw Stephen Bradley unsuccessful in his last outing in Pandemonium. Unsuccessful in trios competition alongside C4. So a real must-win moment for both of these.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're in the beginning of Stephen Bradley's first year as really committing to singles.
That's true. Celebrating his third year anniversary as a professional wrestler. He was telling us earlier on tonight that 2026 will see his first year as a pure singles wrestler. Spent so much of his career as one half of the tag team, now branching out on his own in the best shape of his career. A really pivotal time, a turning point
Truly,
for the career of
truly.
dangerous Stephen Bradley. JT Thorne doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about what a special moment this is for Bradley. He doesn't care about what a bright prospect Bradley has shown himself to be. JT Thorne cares about one man, and that's JT Thorne.
That's pretty clear.
Bradley pops him up with an atomic drop. And a chop taking Thorne off his feet.
Right down.
It is power and explosivity that got to be the name of the game for Stephen Bradley here. The apron.
Exploded right out.
Oh!
Oof.
And you know, we talk about Stephen Bradley spending much of his career as a tag team wrestler. What does that adjustment mean? What does Stephen Bradley have to change or consider? Cover here, no. Atomic drop once again. What does Stephen Bradley have to change or consider transitioning into the singles world?
I mean, certainly his cardiovascular work and his ability for endurance has to improve. That's the case for any singles versus tag or trios situation. You're on much more. You also have to really consider strategy and balance, and perhaps do you become more well-rounded because you don't have your tag partner to balance doing one thing, or do you become more specialized and really zero in?
It's a delicate choice, but an important one for Stephen Bradley. Can't have anyone else fill in the holes in your game. Ow! As JT Thorne sends Bradley colliding shoulder first into those corner posts. Dolly, I don't care how big and strong and beautiful those biceps are. If you're jammed bicep first into the hard, unforgiving steel of those corner posts, you're in a bad way.
That's right.
JT Thorne finding a target and exploiting it here. Oh! Thorne is psychotic. He is sycophantic. In many ways, almost gleans pleasure.
It truly seems as such.
Yeah, it's not just about winning the matchup and climbing up the ranks here in Pandemonium Pro Wrestling. It is just as much about hurting another human being for JT Thorne. A merciless and cold-hearted individual. Bending Stephen Bradley's arm on the top rope.
Wow.
Taking every single second of the 4 allotted by referee Bradley. And Dolly, paint a picture for the people at home, because I think sometimes rope is a misnomer. Those are hard steel elevator cables.
Absolutely, hard steel.
JT Thorne's got to be careful. Get himself disqualified here.
I mean, the bruises and the welts that these ropes can leave.
JT Thorne.
Oh, and he knows exactly what he's doing with them.
Well, JT Thorne is someone who spent several months, nearly a year, away from active competition because of an injury in his own right. You have to ask the question, is he maybe trying to make the wrestling world pay for that stopgap in his career? Maybe trying to injure Stephen Bradley the same way he was injured for so long? Ow.
Oof. Certainly might be. Oh, boy.
Bending and twisting the digits. Well, we mentioned the man's a model. Hand modeling is going to be out of the question.
Absolutely.
Cover here. And look at that from JT Thorne. So cerebral, sitting on that targeted arm as he goes for the cover. Oftentimes you see competitors hook the leg. JT Thorne not relenting on the arm.
Jordan, what sort of things do you think that Stephen Bradley would be modeling if he was a hand model?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I could see a watch. I could see a ring. But speaking of rings, just planted JT Thorne in the center of this one. Hooks the leg. No. And you have to wonder now, with that arm neutralized, what does that do with the power, I should say, of Stephen Bradley? Is he able to get as much snap on a power slam like we just saw?
Likely not.
JT Thorne, forearm to the mush. And right back to the arm.
Oh!
Armbar cinched in here. Stephen Bradley has got to escape.
Oh my goodness.
Got to reach towards that bottom rope and force the break if he can. May have no choice but to tap. Not sure if he even realizes he's close to the ropes, and
there he is.
He gets it. But tell me, how much damage was done? Ow!
Oh!
In those 30, 40 seconds that JT Thorne had that armbar cinched in.
I mean, at minimum, it's overstretched, it's overwarm. At maximum, you could have small tears, you could have sprains, bruising.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can attest, Dolly, in your experience as a sports therapist, a medical practitioner, oftentimes when the arm is damaged, flipping the bird to the people with Stephen Bradley's own hand. Oftentimes, when the arm is damaged, it's very rarely just one thing that's wrong.
It's all so deeply interconnected, and the complex movement that comes with the arm, from shoulder, in multiple rotations, directions, elbow, wrist, hand, everything's connected, and it's hard to even immobilize it properly.
And this may be the beginning of the end for Stephen Bradley as JT Thorne lands the back suplex, lateral press, and a kick out from Bradley here. Thorne is unrelenting. It is direct. It is vicious, and it might be over, but Stephen Bradley lands on his feet. Touch the line. From the middle, big shoulder block, but with the injured arm.
Oh my goodness.
Dolly, as effective as that was, I think it may have been a mistake.
I couldn't agree more, Jordan.
You have to think Stephen Bradley operating on instinct there. Saw the opening to land that shoulder block.
His body just went.
Right. He's so used to it, and in professional wrestling, you don't have the time always to consider every single possible minutia, nuance of a maneuver, but that may have cost Bradley.
You have to trust in muscle memory.
Again, landing the shoulder blocks, this time with the opposite arm, and there's the drop kick, but even off the landing, awkward impact on the injured arm there, Dolly. Reversal of the whip. Big knee strike. Careful to not land on that arm, but this time no choice with a belly-to-belly suplex, unable to capitalize immediately. Now he does. But it was too late.
Yep.
It was too late.
That brief moment tending to his arm.
That's right. That's all it took.
I think that cost
milliseconds. We'll never know, but there's a very good chance that those milliseconds Stephen Bradley took instinctually to feel and register that pain cost him the match, at least for now.
Yep.
Got him up. But with one arm.
I can only imagine the pain.
Oh, the pain.
Oh no, right onto it.
The pain is what gave JT Thorne the escape, and now JT Thorne for the win.
No.
But it's still not enough. I mean, this is Thorne's match to lose at this point. Flattening Stephen Bradley, hooks the leg once again. And a kick out. You know, this is the time where we may see Stephen Bradley try to tag out to his partner if this were a tag match. No such luck here, Dolly Durkin. Armbar cinched in once again. Bradley may have no choice here, Dolly.
He is hanging on. He says no.
We're going to rely on that power. We're going to rotate his body, get an arm or a foot closer to the rope to break up the hold. An inch has got to feel like a mile right now. And he reaches the bottom rope. And again, JT Thorne holding onto that arm bar for every single second referee Bradley will give to him. Reversal of the whip. Bradley still somehow in this thing. And he's got to finish this one quick. With that clipped wing, Dolly, he's got to finish this one quick.
Absolutely, he does.
One more time from the top. Again, ill-advised with the injured arm, but manages to get the cover. And the win!
Unbelievable.
Well, learned from his mistake. Hit that top rope maneuver with the unencumbered arm and managed to put away JT Thorne for his first victory here in Pandemonium Pro Wrestling. Gutsy performance from Dangerous Stephen Bradley here tonight. And again, we have to wonder, Dolly, how different would this have been? Would this have gone the same way if Nick Sander had been a part of this match as originally scheduled?
The world may never know.